I actually have some really good news for you guys. We are home from the hospital. We have been for a couple weeks, but these last couple weeks have been adjusting to machinery that we have to have for Sheila to be home with the trach. And besides adjusting to all that, our week is also spent with home nurses, physical therapists. We have 3 different physical therapists that actually come down here. And then we have people bringing like equipment and whatnot into the house, and you know, a lot of the equipment they brought doesn't actually work with what we have, so they had to take it back, and they're still trying to get what we need. Hopefully that'll be, you know, fixed soon. We've also had to take her to the doctor a couple times, and that has been extremely difficult because she really can't leave the house with any of her machinery. None of it was portable. So they had to end up bringing like a portable suction machine, which is weird. Since she has a trach in and since she breathes through that trach, there's this long hose type thing. It's really thin, and you have to stick it all the way down to the trach, and it goes into her lungs, and then you like push a button and pull it out, and it suctions. Sounds very painful, and I'm sure it's very irritating, but that has to be done like a billion times a day. But you can't overdo it or she'll bleed. But at the same time, if you don't do it and she has stuff down there, it can cause a lot of problems. Besides that, we needed oxygen tanks to actually take her to and from the doctor, and then the piece that would hook the oxygen tanks to the trach. So it's been a hassle. But things are finally, the last couple days, stuff has finally slowed down to the point where I don't feel like I am like completely about to fall over dead. And I know my mom still feels like she's ready to fall over dead. She's doing the majority of it, especially since I need to fix my sleep schedule because I'm only awake like half of the day and then at night to monitor things, and that they have an alarm on the machine, so if anything happens, it'll go off. So I really need to fix my sleep schedule so I'm awake during the day, the entire day, to help her. Granted, I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m., but maybe 7 a.m. that would be, you know, at least reasonable. So I need to fix that, but otherwise everything is slowing down, and we're still hoping to get the trach like removed from her eventually. The respiratory person that comes in once a week is not very helpful, to put it mildly. She does the bare minimum and expects the home nurse that comes in to do everything, and the nurse, that's not her job description. She doesn't do half the stuff that this respiratory person is wanting her to do, which includes plugging her so that she can try to, instead of breathing through the trach, breathe through her mouth and nose. We were having some problem with that before we left the hospital, and it was something that we could continue at home without a problem. And the respiratory person just does not want to do it, and it's really frustrating. So I don't know, well, I have an idea of what we're going to do about that, but I'm not very happy about it. But as life updates go, that's pretty much the only like real important thing that's happened in my life that I feel like I should tell you guys, because this also means that if things continue on the track they are and things slow down even more and I get my sleep schedule back in order, I can upload more videos. I can upload more content that I want to do because I'll have more time to do it. On a slightly less important note, you guys have probably noticed that, if you can, with how dark it is in my room, these shelves look a bit bare, and that's mainly because these bottom 3 shelves were all manga. And that bookshelf that I've filmed in front of once, it's on the other side of my room, I've actually made that my manga shelf. And believe me, I need another shelf now for just manga because I own a lot more than I expected. And these 3 shelves held more than I expected. Like, all my manga is like double stacked except for like one shelf because it's slightly warping down. So I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna do that. I may end up, my mom actually just bought a 16 cube bookshelf, and I don't think she's gonna use all of it. So if I have like extra, you know, if I have extra manga, maybe I can like put it on those shelves. But anyways, these shelves are pretty much bare because, let's see if I can get a good picture of that. Yeah, they're not bare, but they're pretty empty, and that's basically because these bottom 3 shelves, since they were full of manga, they now are at least partially full of books that I am least likely to get to within the next 2 or 3 years. And then, like, I've made all the books that I've already read up towards the top. That way I don't have to move my reading chair and everything just to get to books. So everything that I hope to read relatively soon is in these middle 3 like shelves, or on the shelves behind me. But that took an entire day, and with Kai just being a little nuisance trying to eat my books. He's never tried to do that before, but he tried it that time. It's like, why? No, stop this. And I think that's pretty much all for updates. The Reading Rush / Booktubeathon is also happening in July, and I'm hoping to double up on some of these challenges. That way I'm not like too overwhelmed, because I still want to get these done. And one of my June challenges I'm actually not done with yet, and that's because it's such a long book, but I'm loving it. So it's Ready Player One. I mean, I'm almost to the halfway point of Ready Player One, and it's like the text is so tiny. It's like 2 pages in one, and it's like, oh, it's so long, but it's so good. I love it. Point is, since the readathon's going on and I haven't finished June challenges yet, at least I finished half of it, I do want to try to double up on some of these. So even though I already have, I'm planning on doing a TBR video for the Reading Rush, you may see a couple of those books here if I can double up on some of the challenges. And my 2 challenges are a manga. I actually plan on doing another readathon, one that I am trying to create, and it's not something that I think other people are probably gonna do, because it's just with my obsession. So it's basically just a readathon for me that I want to do every year. So this may get pushed to next month. And a book with mixed reviews. Do I have a book with mixed reviews? I really need to look at all those. I mean, one of the books I know doesn't have mixed reviews. A couple of them I think are books that haven't been read very much, so that they aren't likely to have mixed reviews. The other 2 I'm not 100% sure of. And then this one, The Marked Girl, I know that this Jessie, Kat, and Christine actually were in like a promotional video, or they were in the book trailer. I can't remember what it was now, but the point is, this book got a lot of limelight because of that video. So this possibly has mixed reviews, and if it does, this is the book I'll be reading for this challenge. But yeah, that's really everything I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!